Hey everybody, how you doing? Hope you're well. I slept in a bit later than I wanted to today, so we're gonna jump right into it. We are attempting to help with the Ark. It's going to take everybody from Sharlayan to the moon. You can't see the moon because we're underground, but if you could, it would be somewhere up there, somewhere in the distance, possibly, maybe, hopefully not hurtling towards Earth again. But you know, you can't really be too picky about it. Anyway, I trust you to deliver. I do trust you to deliver on your promise. I do. Only, I hate waiting. I want that adamantite and I want it now. We share your impatience, I assure you. Is there truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime? I wish. The sitting about's unbearable. Pity the forum frowns on recreational explosions. That would be awkward. Well, so long as I can't prove it was premeditated. Get your gun. I have mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time, however. I will join you in Sharlayan Hamlet anon. Yeah, let's just head back here, and I have a thing to turn in here for an ether current. I like Coco. He's a little weirdo. He's a weird little guy. Hi, not Aaronville. You have a lantern crystal for me. Here you go. I prayed over it and everything. Blah, blah, blah. Ether current. Thank you. If you wait here, your companions are bound to turn up sooner or later. I will wait here. Wait here for a long time. This looks voice acted.
All set, I take it?
I'm ready to
Finished what
go.
we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals, trivial tasks as they may be.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the Loperites, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed, though some
That's good.
insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryo. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
Oh, it's time.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested with all speed.
Why are you guys acting like this is a bad thing? Why do you seem so stressed? It's okay. We all knew this was happening. Unless it's the final days are here.
Now,
No,
where
skies
might
are
this
still blue.
delivery be? Oh,
That is a lot of adamantite. An aniline.
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
By the 12! Surely, these can't all be.
I think that they are.
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Funny hearing that
Sounds
from
like
you
a
and
sorry
Adeline.
whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalaman shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. Furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates.
I thought those ships seemed
Left you
familiar.
outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
My, what a grand welcome party. Hancock and Soroban. We come bearing relics both sacred and Allagan, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of Rayson Temple. 'Twas passing fortunate that Senri's dango craving brought us to Kugane. We arrived precisely as Hancock was making his arrangements.
But what would happen here if I didn't do Four Lords?
Upon learning of your need, we made haste back to Hell's Lid, with our dango, never fear, and consulted with the other auspices. All consented to the lending of Tenzin's legendary Phoenix Blade for this noble cause.
That's actually kind of sick.
Suzaku
That's mine now.
and Seiryu were nevertheless worried that it might be lost in transit, however, and insisted upon accompanying me to Onakoru, where I had intended to entrust it to our Confederate allies. I thought instead to give it over to Hancock when we chanced to cross paths yet again. But alas, Seiryu remained ill at ease, and ordered me see the blade into your hands personally, or die trying.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time. Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me.
Aww.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost?
I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty. Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino.
Fret for the
Lord
scions.
Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldemar Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gil need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours. We funded the venture? When?
Tataru.
Don't let the name
There she
fool you.
is.
This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending. When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount.
I love Tataru so much.
We also have the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
Who are you? Oh, that would make a lot of sense, actually. That's so
I
sweet.
remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full. We can hardly take them with us on your teeny-tiny toy boat, now can we? And would be ashamed to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent.
True.
Waste not.
However did you manage so much in so short a time, then? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
Erenville, you were involved too.
Really?
I received a letter from Cryo after we parted ways in Labyrinthus. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlotte. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless, undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters. Though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed.
Yeah, Tataru's not gonna let you get away with slacking off.
To make
Any
a long
other
story
Scion
short,
maybe, but
the
not
whole of the
not
guild ship
Tataru.
cooperated to ensure your call was heard
And
far
Cryo.
and wide.
Garland Ironworks and the other
What's this about a
Scions.
ship that can fly to the moon? And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
Cid, you brought the team.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship.
And he's here. Nail is here.
Mordona's Dalamud Shard.
I guess he is a
I
quote
admit to
unquote
some
valued member of the
consternation
team
upon
now.
First receiving Kral's message. So few Scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition. However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them. I know. How the Gobbyflock fought. Slowfix's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned, and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness. The clash between their machina and the Allagan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the Gobby booms.
It's really weird hearing you use goblin
Fascinating
terms.
as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat-Han not have more pressing concerns?
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you.
You don't owe us anything.
Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Summer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent.
You're bringing dragons?
Ashdaya's answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Hrisvelgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion.
Oh!
My sire, too, gave his assent. Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
That's actually so cool.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself along.
You know what? Fair enough.
Look at me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent. Think of how far we could go. What we could do with that much power. What we could blow up.
Hell yeah, brother.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
Which means that you now owe us.
Yes, Father?
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Then I will bear it with you.
Now listen.
I beg you, share your struggles with me. As family.
I still don't forgive you, even if they do.
You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. It was love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming. And a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great Exodus would succeed. Must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, it was mine own father. The Archon Louisoix openly decried Sharlayan's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool, perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. A naive hope, but stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart.
I really don't like you.
That was his doing, when he perished at Carteneau. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail. I would suffer it, and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream. You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to.
Amelians. Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well.
Yeah, you do.
I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger.
It's weird considering they were doing it before we were in the picture.
Yours, in particular. I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You've no small number of friends and admirers here, after all.
That is a good point. I am the best. Lend us your strength. A moment of triumph is close at hand. Now. With me.
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
Don't tell us how to work. We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is in the engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued to us an invitation. As was agreed, he will reveal the means by which Hydaelyn may be contacted. We're to meet him at Aporia when we're ready. Given the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the Form's method for speaking with her is not without risk. I'm curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived with the Adamantide have offered to stay to see to any remaining tasks that need doing. The Forum's already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tataru. We're off to Aporia then. Tataru is the best. Tataru, I love you. I don't want any of you getting hurt, but I do hope you'll bring as much information out of Hydaelyn as you can. For all we know, this is one and only opportunity we'll get. Let's go. I have an idea on how they might be doing it, and I really hope I'm wrong. Considering the fact that Hydaelyn is technically a primal. Chrysanthemum. I've already shown the others inside. You will want to speak with Clarelane. She has the key to the lift and can send you down after me. Yeah, I don't want to ride with you. I'll take the next one. Globe. Orb. Funny ball. From here, we proceed to the heart of Labyrinthos, in its most closely guarded secret, Thaumazein. It marks the beginning and end of our efforts, whence we delve to seek audience with the star, and whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. Straight down? Got you. This isn't nearly as far down as I expected it to be. That was really bright for like half a second. There's a lot of stuff in here. Oh, that's a cool looking ship. I bid you welcome to Thomazine. Direct your attention towards its center. Behold the ark over which we have long labored. Doesn't look anything like I expected it to, but it does look like a spaceship. As you can see, it was designed as a medium-sized craft, the better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that the thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on its freight capacity. The ether burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I received word that Kokol and several of your allies are working on it with an intense fervor. Why's Fervor here? I thought she was still in the tower. That's a little D&D joke for ya. Ayo. They're sure to see it done. 'Twas by their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Hydaelyn ere they finish. Point taken. Let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. I've done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? Her children, one and all. We make for the lift at the center of this chamber. Come. Kinda reminds me of the Normandy from Mass Effect, but it's been a long time since I've played Mass Effect, so I could be remembering the design wrong. God, what a way we've come, though. As you all know, alongside our physical world exists an ethereal plane, what we refer to as the ethereal sea. At the heart of the star, the physical and ethereal are one and the same. Thus, the deeper we go, the easier it becomes to pass between said planes. We utilize this principle in constructing the Anti-Tower, and once more here in Thomazine. No sooner did the Forum decide that an exodus from the star would be necessary than it began work on this facility. Our work culminated in a device that allowed us to peer deeper into the ethereal sea than ever before, in search of Hydaelyn's ever fainter echoes. The Etioscope. And you communicate with her through this device. For a time, yes. But since the Seventh Umbral Calamity, it's been rare to hear even a whisper. If you wish to reach her, you must journey closer to the center of the star than we have ever dared, beyond the Etioscope. Even so, I make no guarantee that you will find her, nor of your safety, not so deep in the ethereal sea. We understand, but if we are to deliver this world, we have no choice but to try. I know. I only wish we could do more than observe your progress from afar. The Etioscope's ocular lens, by which we may peer into the ethereal sea without placing ourselves at hazard, lies above us. Through it, we can watch and guide you. In those swirling depths, there are pockets of ether so dense and turbulent that they can unravel one's soul. If we determine that you are at risk of coming into contact with such a pocket, we will recall you with teleportation magic. To that end, it would be best if one familiar with the composition of your souls remained here to assist in assessing said risk. Otherwise, there is an increased possibility that we will extract you too early or too late. That's going to be either Kryl or Y'shtola. Please, allow me. I've thought upon this much, and in truth, I do not believe that I am fit to join you in the trials ahead. The events of the Tower of Babel drained me, yes, but even before that, your capabilities far outstripped my own. This is no time to have a weak link in the vanguard, no matter how much he may wish it were otherwise. If I assist in the manner that Master Fortuno has laid out, however, I may still be of use. Will you trust in me to do so? I do. I can think of none I trust more. Compared to all the effort you put into keeping us alive while our souls were in the first, preventing us from dissolving into ether on a single expedition, I'd oppose no challenge at all. And even if we did, I expect you would hunt us down and restore us to health somehow. You flatter me, but rest assured that I will be keeping a close eye on all of you. There is one more thing. Those in ages past referred to the Ethereal Sea as the Underworld, our final resting place. In its embrace is memory washed away, leaving only the purity of one's soul. Or so we believed. Yet what of these memories? Few think to ask what becomes of them, cast adrift on ethereal tides. Some theorize, Hold on. Some theorize that they linger for some time, those associated with strong sentiment in particular. In those depths, memories of the departed may even coalesce around you, for hatred or for love. Thus do I caution you to be wary, but also have faith. Remember those who did gladly extend a hand to you, that they may lift you up once more. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt me really bad. This is not gonna be a good day. Put me in, coach. What does everybody have to say? I now understand why these facilities are so heavily guarded. If it fell into the wrong hands, the wisdom of Hydaelyn could be dangerous. 'Tis true. However, that danger is not compared to what would result should the common folk en masse venture into the Ethereal Sea unprepared, which they most certainly would, if they thought it would allow them to speak to the dead. Once that secret got out, no rational argument could dissuade them from wanting to see their loved ones, no matter how ephemeral the meeting. I feel like this is gonna hurt really bad.
Alright. Order with the lens.
Let's do it.
And I trust you can hear me.
Those things are pure malcontent. The residue of lives unfulfilled.
Oh, there's not enough here for me to do giant pulls. Something broken? No. I just feel like I'm taking a lot of damage. Oh, it's because I have a sage, and they're gonna be doing shields, not so much actual full-on healing. I also feel like I probably ran ahead too quickly for them to get their stuff really set up. These enemies look really cool, though. Touch it? No. Ilberd? Yeah, I guess they did say that it would be like the souls of the dead. Is he wearing? He sure is. He's wearing the crystal brazier. In a rush of familiar memory in a rush of familiar wisdom, the memory of a principled silent takes form. Stup Samadhi. Oh, Ilberd wasn't even a boss? Livia the Undeterred. Do not take this from me. Never will I surrender my devotion, my love. Oh, wait, hold on. Livia Sasjunians, from A Realm Reborn. I was trying to remember who Livia was. Your design does not look anything like... Oh, no, if I zoom in, I can kind of see your mask. Bear my pain unto my enemy's breast, Aglaya. From Honkai Star Rail. She didn't hurt me. I pulled her super early. Why are we... Ooh, okay. Ow. I did not understand. It must be something to do with her weapons. Aglaya shot? No, that's an angry salamander. You were Garlean before. Use your Garlean abilities. Odiatama. Ooh, okay, Dark Missionary. Keeping an eye on her funny swords. Bear my pain unto my enemy's breast, Aglaya. I will stand here now that I see that those two are kind of glowy. Owie! She's done. My lord, Gaius.
Follow the flow of ether. It will guide you.
Loser. Oh, over here? Yeah.
The ether is too dense. Oh, I'm losing you.
No, Kyle. You got it. I ain't afraid. There's a lot of ice here. I guess that makes sense. We are in space. The gold one last time was helpful. Is that the same here? The memory of a valiant Archon takes form. Is that... who is that? That must be Mombrita, right? I'm assuming going off of people who have died. Oh. Oh. His shield. A kind-hearted knight. As my life belonged to the Empire, in death shall I serve. Is that? Motherfucking... Radahn? I know it says Ridden, but you look like Radahn. It'd be really funny if he just fell over dead. I will fulfill my duty if I rest. I must. You will fall to Tartarus. Oh, what do we do? Oh, in here? Crumble before me. No. I don't wanna. Those are cool targeting medicals. Tartarian Impact. Lord Van Belsar, again I fail you. Yeah, you did. Unfortunately for you, he's on my team now. Not only did you fail him, he doesn't give a shit about you anymore. Another yellow, another gold, I mean. It's not just yellow, they deserve more respect than yellow. They don't have it done yet, but like, you don't, I don't want to keep making the black mage, like, keep adjusting. So we'll just do this one in parts. Minfilia's spirit. That's a really cool looking enemy. I don't know what you're supposed to be, but you look so rad. Wait, this is the final boss? Already? Who's this? You're joking.
Oblivion beckons!
I'm on Fandaniel. Well, you got kind of like a Gligar looking ass body going on.
Many faces have I worn, but this is my favorite by far.
When I came across Amo, I thought that he was just a guy. I didn't know he would actually be
no longer.
That's a weird looking attack, like damage to me.
The stage is set.
Hold on, I'm on timeout. I have to resurrect. He's sucking in. I think we're okay. I think he's just like sucking in and breathing fire, maybe. Everybody else is falling back though, so I'm also gonna fall back. Shiva? I didn't even like his elf that much, but she's here, she's helping. Dark Forte, I will use Blackness Knight, Darker than your Forte. I wasn't looking at which one he was actually using. It's okay though. I thought he was going to have like an invulnerability or something.
Lies! All lies! Your dreams, your hopes, your futures, delusions and lies!
You can keep coming back as often as you want, Amon. Nothing's changing. That was a really cool dungeon. Let's see, I got 2 new pieces here. I think one of them was an earring, right? It was. It's kind of like a weird little ear cuff thing. Huh. Our children want it all. Am I okay to leave? Why is the quest thing here? What was that? Oh, still Amon.
My very essence begins to wane. Sweet, sweet agony.
Leave this to him.
Come to deal the coup de grace. Good. Watching you struggle against the inevitable is bad comedy.
Erase me from existence, soul and all.
Have you any memories of Meteion?
How would you know that name?
I went back in the past. And I saw you as a good person. Before everything.
Then it was you. In Elpis. With Emet-Selch. The final pieces fall into place. In my halcyon days, as the mortal Amon, I was haunted by a dream. Night after night, the faceless multitude, the voiceless cries, shards of shattered memories. But slowly, the fog began to clear. This was Elpis. And I was Hermes. Recurring though it was, I paid this dream little heed.
Why
It
not?
was only when I was granted the seat and memories of Fandaniel that I knew these visions to be true. They were the memories of Hermes that he himself erased using the power of Kairos. Or so he thought. In his attempt to burn away the events of that fateful day, he succeeded only in searing them more deeply into his soul. My soul. Death failed to expunge them, no matter how many times it came. Rebirth after rebirth, from one Fandaniel to the next. I wonder, is Emet-Selch adrift somewhere in this ethereal sea? In defeat, finally remembering your time together in Elpis? How it must gall him to be entrusted with knowledge of the final days, only to be rendered powerless to act upon it. So many lifetimes dedicated to restoring his beloved Amarok in blissful ignorance. Oh, folly. But make no mistake. My life as Hermes is not the reason I invited the world's end. I have lived. I have struggled. I have dredged the very depths of despair. And in the detritus of existence, I found the truth. I served a great ruler, powerful beyond measure. The world, his dominion. Yet even he and his vast empire were destined to fall, to become one with oblivion. At the end of life's journey lies only death. So I ask you, why live at all? We betray, we torment, we murder. We are wicked, spiteful creatures, without exception. If life is so sacred, so precious, why fill it with such misery?
Because if we didn't have the option, we wouldn't be
Man wallows
alive.
in the hell of his own making without purpose or meaning. To live is to suffer, and I would end that suffering by my own hand. It matters not if it flies in the face of all believed right and just. Death is the only solution! That is my truth. My answer to the question. And yet, even as the words pass my lips, I am filled with doubt. Has my search reached its end? Was this the only way? After all these years, is this the answer I was hoping for?
The lamentations of the damned. How it vexes me to see your conviction falter at the last. Van Dam, still clinging to existence, I see.
What are you? Are you also Van Daniel?
Who champion death so fervently, unwilling to accept your own, refusing to be purified and swept into the sea of souls. As do I. We prisoners to men, watching as the world turns.
Who are you?
Though unlike me, you will be spared the ignominy of having your corpse made a puppet.
Asahi?
To another's tune.
Is that Asahi?
Asa, dude.
How very astute. But let me be clear, I have not come to consort with the likes of you. Nor have I come to bemoan the state of the world following my untimely demise. In fact, I delight in mankind's downfall and the anguish it brings the savior of the savages. If I played some small part in the chaos, all the better. Not that I was in any position to resist. But to be made accomplice to the betrayal of Lord Xenos. I would die 1,000 deaths to exact my vengeance.
And you got 999 more to go. Get to it.
Now you are at my mercy. I shall drag us both into oblivion, and you will never see the fulfillment of your magnum opus. Even should you be reborn, your desperate search for answers must start again.
Next time we'll find the answer together.
Even here, even now, you have every right to hate me. For the fool I was, for the monster I became. But I will not beg forgiveness. A tale of Hermes, the man who knew so much, yet understood so little, ends here.
Don't try to follow me. I had more of you people than I could stomach in life. Never mind in death.
Bro, I
Likewise,
forgot you
I
existed.
pray we do not meet again.
You had better hope not.
Come. Hydaelyn is waiting.
I gotta go to work. I hope that there's a stopping point between these cutscenes. There's not. Hydaelyn. It's not Vana, it's just Hydaelyn. We meet again, Vana. You do look different, though.
I see. Thou didst journey unto Elpis. And now, the rivers of time converge.
He's got such a goofy smile on his face.
I know why you have come. Yet I would hear you speak your reasons all the same.
You created the moon to deliver mankind from the final days. But is that really how it has to end? We do not wish to abandon this world. We want to protect the source and all of its shards.
To flee is but one of two paths. The other leadeth to Meteion, far beyond the stars, where she doth chant creation's requiem. Her domain is formed of dynamis, pure, absolute. Where emotion and memory govern all, ether will avail you naught. Meteion hath gathered the pain and despair of countless stars, and to go unprepared is to go unto your doom.
We'll beat her. We'll win. I swear it.
Yeah, right, we will.
Is what I might have said once.
Oh.
After everything
Well, it's what
I've
I'm
seen,
saying
the
now.
times I've succumbed to my own anger and fear. I can no longer pretend that courage and faith will be enough. But are we truly so powerless? That our only choice is to flee?
Far from it, my child. Long ago, the inhabitants of myriad stars, many more prosperous than Atheris, sought to free their worlds from life's woes. Sorrow and anger, conflict and hostility, despair, and even death itself. But as Meteion reported, every attempt ended in failure. Darkness abideth within every living being and can never be cast out. Neither reason nor faith can challenge this immutable truth. To live is to suffer. And in suffering,
Doesn't have to be,
find
though.
strength and purpose and hope. As you have done so many times before. Thou dost pursue an impossible dream, yet knowing this, you pursue it nevertheless. And thou hast learned to depend on others as they do thee. Thy yearning for the power to save the powerless hath ever driven thee to greater heights. Thou hast grown strong. Though those closest to thee no longer walketh by thy side, their love remaineth thy guiding light. For duty's sake, thou hast been bound by truths unutterable time and time again. Yet thy heart hath never wavered, as thy companions will attest. In thy pursuit of mysteries great, all thou believest is brought into question. Undaunted, thy thirst for knowledge remaineth unquenched. The fires of hatred that once burned in thy heart burneth no more. From their ashes doth spring the light of love, warm and pure. As witness to black calamity, thou despaired at man's helplessness. Resolved, thou didst unite a distant world on the brink of collapse. And thou, my champion, when all did seem lost, thou never abandoned hope.
Of course not.
For every trial and every foe that did bar thy way, thou hast proven equal to the challenge, drawing courage from the many bonds forged on thy journey. You have all known despair, and though the end approacheth, you walk on, heads held high. Therein lieth your power, the strength to silence the song of oblivion.
Then there is a means to confront her.
Yes, if you should prove yourselves worthy. Hark! Nigh impossible is it to send mortals to the edge of the universe. Should you fail, there will be no second chance.
Do I have to
As
fight?
the will of the star, I ask of you this. Do you possess the fortitude to stand firm when all around you doth crumble? Do you possess the faith to vanquish despair itself? Should you lack the strength to best a supreme deity, I cannot allow you to make the journey. You must leave this star and never return. Prepare yourselves.
This was...
Ourselves worthy,
Oh, God.
Sounds straightforward enough.
Aye. No room for confusion there.
In any case, we've come too far to back down now.
I am of the same mind. What power I have, I shall bring to bear.
The three of you seem to be forgetting who we're up against. It's not every day we battle a divine being of untold power. Well, not quite every day.
Maybe once or twice a
Do
week.
try not to get underfoot. Needless to say, there'll be no margin for error.
Let us hold nothing back. For the people of this world and those beyond the rift.
This was a bad idea. This was a bad idea.
Alas, the question I posed to thee in Elpis hath remained unanswered these long years. I would hear thy response, warrior of light. Shouldst thou emerge victorious?
I knew that the Mother Crystal was the name of a trial or a dungeon. Some of these Hellhouse rolls will differ from those you are normally able to select. Additionally, you may now use the trust system. I knew that this was a fight that was coming up. But even still, I had hoped that there might be another way. And now, I have to go to work, knowing that when I log back in tomorrow, this is what's gonna be waiting for me. Alright, I'm already running a little bit late. I gotta go. This is gonna be heartbreaking tomorrow. Bye, everybody.